have your types of genres to play changed because of like your like core friendships changing as you get older and stuff like that?
Um,
Has that been a factor for you?
maybe. I know when me, Mike, Warren, and were playing like games together. A lot of the games that we did play together either was because we were versus, versus each other, or they were like games like Rock Band. Like you needed more people, so I was trying to get people to like to go in and everything. So like Rock Band would be like one that we would play. Guitar Hero would be play. I think Super Smash Brothers really kind of hold it together because I wanted to play it at home and on campus when I was kind of going to university. But I would say like even like when you started hanging out with me and stuff, I don't think our it really changed all too much because I think we kind of like the same things, similar at least core games. Like we didn't like
Yeah,
everything the same, but a lot of the core games didn't really change. Like I don't know. I guess how would I say it? I don't think a lot of that really did change for me. I think it was more just what I like to do myself is what really solidified me in single player games. Mostly, like I buy a ton of single player games, but I just really like sometimes like I want to be able to play an experience by myself. And I think PS2 just sold that so hard of like you
yeah,
could play different games, you can enjoy different stuff. PS3 tried to really continue it, but I think PS3 had in some cases more misses their wins. Their wins were pretty big, like
yeah,
getting into Uncharted, big win, really nice, great. Um, but like I played Jack and Dexter and PS2, and I really enjoyed Jack and Dexter. I
yeah,
didn't think I would, but witty comments, just stuff happening, you're a part of it. I really enjoy that more than like playing like shooters with each other. Um, I think shooters, I think, really suffer from you. It's really a game that I really played and then really died off. I think one of the major ones was Gears of War that I really played, but I only played
yeah.
it because me and my brother were playing the story together.
Together, yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
and
every Gears I played, I've always
mhm,
played with my buddy Will. We
yeah,
always played the storyline together.
and I wouldn't touch the game unless he was playing with me.
Yeah, same here.
It's just like if we weren't playing the game or if he wasn't ready to play it, we just didn't even touch it. Um, but it was, I mean, it was just kind of what it is. Like it was something that me and him did together. So one and two, was great and stuff. But what about for you?
Uh, for me, it has a little bit, but the biggest part about it, it's been for I think it's been for like fighting games because I've always been into fighting games, but when I don't have anybody to play with or like who has the same enthusiasm, like around often and stuff like that, I kind of drop off from it because
Hmm.
I've never been super skillful enough to like go online and just have a good time in that way. It's like I just go online and just get my butt kicked, and
Hmm.
so it's been like on and off where it drops off. Like now I want to get back into fighting games because I have like a group of friends that I know that are super into. Like I went over to hang out with them and we watched the finals of Evo together, and that was just fun. And they had a Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 on like different monitors and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I played both of them, and I got my butt kicked every single time. But I was just having a blast. It's like, oh man, like I missed this because I used to play a lot of like Street Fighter 4, but then I didn't really have any friends to play with anymore. So
Yeah, I remember a franchise that for me that died like that was Tekken, because I played a ton of Tekken
gotcha.
3, and as Tekken had evolved over time, I had less and less people to play with. I only had like really one friend, I think Warren, that really liked Tekken
Yeah,
as much as everybody else, but I think it was one of those games like I played every single one since 3. But yeah, it kind of died off once I played through the story. Once I played a little bit, it did kind of die off, and I think that's generally for like fighting games for me. I've been kind of like that. I have to really love the fighting game to really play it beyond that stretch. So I remember I was over at your house playing Marvel's Capcom 2 a lot. Or no,
yeah.
3. Like
Three.
you and your other friend. I
The
forgot his
roommate
name.
Rick
Yeah, like me and
and
Rick, because Rick
his
was
cousins.
good.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
his cousin would come over too.
yeah. So like, you actually being able to play somebody that was good was actually exciting for me when it came to fighting games,
Yeah,
because like especially when you're trying to get better, it's great
yeah,
to fight against somebody that wouldn't quit after 2 matches, kind of
yeah.
thing.
Same here.
Cause I did that too. Like I had invited some people over at my house and we played, and I didn't realize, the difference between a newbie and someone who was like finally getting it until like I played some people and they're like, yeah, no, we're good. I'm not playing anymore. And it's like, oh, it wasn't trying to go bad. It was just, only kind of like that. So when you got to
Yeah,
play people and I was losing, I wanted to play more because of it.
yeah, exactly.
So same thing, I think Super Smash Brothers was the same too. Like when you really wanted
Yeah,
to get better at Super Smash Brothers and stuff, you needed to play against people, and losing just made you want to play more.
yeah,
So I will say that that's probably one thing that I did get better at doing when it was like a versus one-on-one stuff games. That yeah, if it was a good game that I liked the gameplay mechanics, I'll keep playing. If it's like I really liked it, I liked the story, like Blaze Blue, love the story, anime game, everything was cool about it. I didn't have a lot of people who was really playing Blaze Blue though. Guilty Gear, same way.
yeah,
Those games kind of died out for me of playing it as soon as like, okay, I played enough, played all the characters, did some crazy stuff, but I wasn't really online for these games either, so that really kind of died out on that one.